how big they breed them up here in Wyndham.
Just rest on the hour.
Left-hand side, it's got a light brown colour on it. That's the floodwaters. That's how high they come up. So you try and imagine that, and we're heading downhill still. We'll be for a while yet, down to the camp. So you'd be around about 25 foot underwater here.
Situated on the Fitzroy River, which originates in the Han Ranges and flows for some 1,000 kilometres and discharges into the Indian Ocean just south of Derby. Gigi Gorge, by the way, is about 385 kilometres from the coast if you travel along the river bed. What is known as the Devonian period, about 350 million years ago. They were built by lime-secreting corals and algae, a lot of which are now extinct. About 70 million years ago, the seas retreated from this area, exposing the reef. The Fitzroy River has eroded away the gorge that we're having a look at today. The reef system, by the way, has many, many fossils of both fish and shell throughout its length. The large rock coming up on our left is a very recent rock fall. In fact, if you look on top of that rock and you look up at the wall, you may be able to judge the approximate position that rock fell from. Just ahead of the boat, you'll see some small birds fly up from there as we go past that particular section of the rock. You'll see the nests of those birds. The birds are the berry marks, and they're sometimes referred to as a bottle bird because they build their nest roughly in the shape of a bottle. If you look closely at that snag over to our left, at the upriver side of it, the same direction we're going to, there is a crocodile in the water, just where that snag goes into the water. The fruit bats that are hanging still fan themselves with one of their wings.
Look at them all go. All the same spot.
And when he used to come down to this area down here, he used to hang around Winjana Gorge, and when he came down to Tunnel Creek, he used to disappear in a hole here, this end, and they could never ever catch him as they never realised it was a tunnel.
Okay.
We're going in through?
It's about our 19th day, not far from Fitzroy Crossing. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. As you can hear, are these birds over here? Fitzroy Crossing. And here we are in Jana Gorge.
There's crocodiles.
There's a crocodile over there. Yes.
Alligators.
No, crocodiles.
Oh, is there?
Yep.
This hole in there.
By this big boab tree. David.
Did you take a photo?
At the boab tree.
Beside the tree.
Yeah.
Well, some of them couldn't get out.
Up to the top.
Squashy.
All the prisoners' names.
How are we going? It's meat for breakfast, you know. That's even down here.
It was one of the biggest pearling places in the world. It had all the little fleets of pearlers that used to be up and down our coastline. They all came in here to Broome. We used to have pearling industries right down around Shark Bay, down that bay. And they all moved out, either out of Cossack, a whole lot of them up here to Broome. There's a wharf area down there, that's where they tie up some of the old pearl loggers. I don't know if there's any in there at the moment. No, none tied up. Crumbling down and falling all the time. You happen to hang on to a piece and it gives away and you're holding onto it. You either go with it or it'll come down on top of you.
Dinosaurs' feet, and they found 30 metres out to sea from here.
Big emu.
Can only be found at very low tide. The red sand and rock, and the background is Cable Bay, which has a contrasting white sand. This bay.
Now, basically, last century, people were looking everywhere for this material that the shell's made from, this crystal material. It's a very important everyday commodity. Buttons were being made from it, knife handles, cutleries, sets, utensils like egg spoons and teaspoons and butter knives. There was a great list of everyday type of items that were made from the shell. And basically that led to the discovery of the shell here in Broome. People were looking up and down the Western Australian coast and excuse me, had been finding various small shells, like little ones like these down at Shark Bay. But it wasn't until about 100 years ago they hit the actual jackpot in terms of finding the best shell resource in the world, just south of Broome on the 80 Mile beach. Why it's such a good shell resource is the sheer quantity of shell down there is second to none on a worldwide basis. It's the biggest pearl ground area. The quality of the shell is the highest quality in the world. This type of effect down here in the mother of pearl shell is what you're to look for in crystal mother of pearl and pearls that are exactly the same material and come from the shell. And, but the most important characteristic, however, is the individual size of the shell. It's the biggest species of pearl shell in the world. So for one, start working with the finest pieces of work. You might smell the material. It's calcium carbonate, which is exactly the same material our teeth are made from. You get the same smell you get at the dentist. See how readily you start to clean that material off the back of that shell. Take half of it off there. And you start shaping it up a bit as well too. You can do quite a lot of shaping work on something like this. Sometimes we can just do it straight out of memory or the design that we've got down pat. Little ones like these are ideal for doing these types of lines and things like that. So it needs about 12 drill bits to make that, to draw that picture.
Put it into settling ponds, let the sun evaporate the water out, scrape the salt off and stockpile it up here. Settling ponds.
We're going over one now. Yeah. Look, we're going over.
So you see everything around here as you come through into town, you'll notice everything's coated in red dust. Mount Newman in rough form, just broken down, rock. And when it gets here, it goes through the plant up ahead of us on the left and comes out in little pellets about half an inch in diameter. Under the waterway there, you can see the tiles, look like little hills. That is where Goldsworthy take all their iron ore into. Up here in the late 60s, everybody was camped out here. You see there's a camp over here on the right hand side still being used, just over there on the right, and there's another camp further on down behind all that lot again, and also another caravan park. And that's where everybody was accommodated when they built the township. Instead of having everything sitting right on the back doorstep of the township, they had all the camps set out to one side. You see they're all permanent caravans in there. Yeah. and there was 3 caravan sites available for tourism. The rest were permanent caravan sites. 3 bays. So if you wanted to stay around and have a look at Karratha, you had to go out to Roban, stay at the caravan park out there and come into Karratha and have a look around.
Yeah, we're going to Kmart.
One thing with all these towns, you won't see the particular business here now, but it was West Farmers. They started up the stores, farmers stores, in all these mining towns. And what they said they'd do is they'd set up the shopping centre and run the whole thing as their little club, on the one condition that no other shopping complex or mob was brought into town while they were in here. And most of them got a 10-year lease, some of them got a 15-year lease. And as soon as their lease was up, wham, in came Kmart. And the prices of everything came down. A lot of the little stores or little shops that had started up, they all closed down because Kmart's got such big buying power. The mining company used to put a little train on. You can see it here on the left coming up. A couple of little carriages there. And they used to run down to Tom Price, pick up people, bring them to Karratha to do shopping. And at the same time they used to have a couple of wagons decked out with a little shop with all the bits and pieces they needed, like groceries and that, and take that down to Tom Price. And Dampier usually wins it quite often. Conditioning units, see on the right on the end of that house. Big air conditioning units on the end of the left around there. Up here, there's a lot of single guys or single people came up here, and all they wanted was a little room accommodation.
Imagine this place to be Bali or something, but it's not. It's at Dampier here, up near Karratha.
It's a lot of iron ore, isn't it?
Oh, you should go too fast. Oh, man. Wouldn't want to be in front of that.
And this is going on every day, up and down the line.
It's like an ant trail. Or stretch.
This is camped at Millstream, which is between Karratha and Tom Price. Camped here for 2 nights. Right by the water's edge. It's lovely for swimming in. Like an oasis in the desert.
Yeah, I bet you'd go in for a swim if you could.
Hang on! Do it again! Reflow!
Okay, turn off now.
No, can you for me now?
The Hammersley ranges now towards Tom Price. And when the train gets derailed.
Houses they were built by the mining company, and they're a very small figure. Little gardens here in town on the left. Bird aviary down there on the left. Main shopping centre on the right hand side.
28 metres above sea level. That's the highest accessible point in a conventional car in Western Australia. The iron ore has existed in this area. It wasn't until the iron ore embargo was lifted in 1960 must have our yellow hats on and our feet fully covered. Their trays can hold up to 155 tonnes of ore. The dimensions of the truck are 11 metres long, 5 metres high and 6 metres wide. The tyres on these trucks are 3.3 metres in diameter and they now cost $13,500 each. They're changed every 3 months or every 50,000 kilometres. You see a yellow vehicle at the front of the workshop and there's another yellow one further back. They're called heisters. They use those vehicles for lifting the tyres and carrying them around the workshop to wherever they're needed. It's easier sometimes just to load on the back of one of them than trying to do it yourself. Also, pit control is there. That's where the whole line is monitored by remote control cameras. I will point out one of these to you later. They use them as buffers on the tugboats. Another 50 metres there and they'll come to water and then they'll go down another 100 metres before water becomes too big a problem and they'll have to move to another area. It's also made in America. This one has a bucket capacity of 10.6 cubic metres and it can lift between 35 and 45 tonnes per scoop. It takes between 5 and 7 scoops to fill a truck. The whole machine weighs 460 tonnes. It's electrically powered and you can see the cable running away from the back of it. There is 6,600 volts running through that cable. Dumped at the pit head. That's at the front of the bus, although they're not dumping today, you can see where the two signs are. The ore goes down there and goes through gyrating bristly bars. And everything below 200 millimetres comes out onto that long conveyor belt and then drops down onto the stockpile. See from the lookout? You might be able to see a couple of our homemade swans floating around. That's one of our 2 train load-out tunnels that goes beneath the stockpile and that's how the lump ore is loaded. There are 74 pneumatic gates within that tunnel. 4 chaps that at different intervals control the gates and load each ore car as it slowly goes through. Another chap sits at the far end and he just tops up each ore car if it needs it. Right here, between the lump ore and the fines ore. The fines ore is loaded differently to the lump. They use a bucket wheel reclaimer, which you can see on the left here. They just picks the ore up, puts it onto a long conveyor belt, which takes it along and drops it in a sewer bin, which is right at the front of the bus.
Top price we found this on the road. We had to the side of the road when we stopped. We just come down past Hammersley Gorge. Good night to be the truck coming down here. It winds all the way down just like this. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Thanks.
been bought by the government, all the businesses here, buildings, and the people who run them lease them back off the government. And as each business closes down, they just bulldoze it.
We're going to go down here for a swim. We have to climb to get down here. And these people are sitting us about halfway down. This is Fortescue Falls here in Whitman Gorge. There's water down there. Formation here, standing out on its own in the middle. Down into one of those gorges that we've just been looking at from the top. And we're going looking for some water for a swim, hopefully. Right down at the bottom of this gorge.
What do you think?
The rock around here is really quite smooth.
You're going back, are you?
This is how we had to get down.
Another pool beyond there, Kevin?
Well, I left the camera there, the shorts up there.
After all this, it's icy
It's
cold.
worth it, though. I'm not going to get in it.
Stay there, Kevin. I'll come and join you.
The noise that you can hear is a desalination plant, which they use for their water around here because there's no fresh water. This morning we're going to go out on the boat there, and there's a coral reef out there. And we're going to have a look at some of the coral through a glass bottom boat. Small boat you see on the bottom right hand corner there with the canopy on top, that's the one we're going to go on. It's about 15 people.
Bim, nothing. You stay close to the bloody boat.
Quite different corals, a lot more little
It's
fish.
pretty shy.
And you see football heads out there too.
Oh, look at that.
These round different shapes on the bottom are all brain coral family. A lot of different types of that. It's many types of brain coral there.
Look, that looks like a brain.
One over here, I'll show you later, it's about 6.5 metres across.
Looks like a brain.
Just get you over this rose. This is like a central formation with about 5 or 6 layers grouped around it.
Well, I went to all three of them in Queensland. This is better. Yeah.
Quite incredible.
Better than Cairns, yes.
Many different species through this area. I'll move around a bit. Oh, Charlie and the family generally lead you around just out there somewhere. They won't associate with the other fish in there. They're like the table manners, so they eat fish.
Millions of them.
Charlie, you won't be far away.
No, there you
be easier.
All the way along the edge of the river here, they're all different heights. One of the plain and simple reasons being cyclones seem to float from them.
Taken from me what they call the Hawk's Head here, just out of Calbarry. That David's standing on here is called the Hawk's Head. Up at Red Bluff Point, and look back down again and see the town of Calbarry in the distance there. Very windy up here, and this coast.
Bondi's drilling rig was put together out there. Remember Bondi had that drilling rig built up here? That's where it was made. That's all tap. If you look at the LFBG, licensed fishing boat, and it tells you where it's from, Gerald. Fremantle, you see the different initial at the end. Most of these are Gerald.
Fishing, one of the main industries here.